Hi everyone, this is going to be hopefully a short tutorial on how to use Zearn in your classroom, okay? So I've gone ahead and created a test account as a teacher, and I've added a first grade class from Santa Fe to my roster. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sign in, all right? When you log in to your teacher account, you'll automatically see this page here. Okay, this is just the Zearn homepage. It's not the most beautiful in my opinion, but there it is. Okay, at the top you'll see curriculum tab, reports tab, PD, roster, resources, and then information about your account. Okay, for teaching, you're going to need to use this curriculum tab. Okay, you'll click that and it'll bring up the Zearn scope and sequence documents. All right. Since I have a first grade class, I'm just gonna click the first grade tab here, and it'll take you to the grade one overview. Okay. The first part here is just an overview of what grade one math is about. You can download the complete overview in PDF. And you can look at a classroom model. Here's some learning recovery sequence documents. But what you'll really be working out of is this portion of the screen here that is missions. Okay, there are 6 missions in the first grade Zearn program, and everyone's just going to start with mission 1, and we move through it sequentially. Okay, with the way that our schedules are formed and the fact that we're doing distance learning, we're probably not going to be able to get through all of these missions. If you can, that is amazing. Please share your strategies with your colleagues and with your PYP coordinator. All right, but we're going to try our hardest. Okay, we're just going to start from the first mission. All right, you just click it here, and this will bring up the grade 1 mission 1 overview. Okay, you can download this mission overview. You can download the assessments within it, and you can then download the assessment answer keys as well. All right, foundational content. So these are the missions that students should have completed. These are kindergarten missions. These are the missions they should have completed before being able to do this mission. Okay. And here's a foundational lesson guidance that you can download and review as well. Okay. But as you have seen in your PD, all right, the Zearn is pretty much broken up into 2 portions. There's independent digital lessons that students do on their own, and then there's teacher-led instruction. Okay, so for your first mission, all of your teacher-led instruction, so what you should be doing when you're meeting your kids for math class, you can find all of that information here. Okay, if you click whole group fluency, it will give you the grade 1, mission 1 document, which is 66 pages, of all of the whole group fluency lessons, okay, within the first mission. And as you can see, there are about 39 lessons, okay? So for your very first lesson with your students, right, this is your basically your lesson plan for that math, okay, for that math lesson, for the first math lesson. It should last 3 minutes. And it's just a breakdown of how you should instruct your students with whole group fluency instruction, okay? And then you can go on to lesson 2, lesson 3, until you finish all of the whole group lessons, okay? All of your classes, your math classes should start with the whole group fluency lesson, okay? Going back to our mission 1 overview, you then have your whole group word problems, okay? Download this document, and it's again divided into each lesson, and this normally is what directly follows the whole group fluency part of the lesson. All right, this is where you do some practice with your students, okay? And there's typically some problems here for you to work with your students on, all right? And then the last part is the small group lessons. And this is what you will be doing while half of your class is in digital lessons. Again, because of the nature of our online teaching and our schedules, you're just going to have to kind of figure out what's the best way of doing these small group lessons. Should you just make this an extension to your whole group lesson? Or, I mean, I think that's completely up to you. All right, as a teacher, just find how you can build that into your schedule. Obviously, Rocio and I are here to help with some suggestions, but I think each teacher will find that is just best based on the dynamic of their class, okay? But here are the small group lessons for each of the lessons within the mission. And obviously some of these hands-on activities won't be as possible because we're not in school. But again, we can work on some strategies during our meeting times, collaborative planning times, okay? So for the whole group part of class, or for your part of instruction, you have your fluency, word problems, and small group lessons. And you can find all of that within the grade 1, mission 1 overview, okay? The other part of it is the student independent digital lessons, okay? And the resource that you have for that is this here. By clicking student notes and exit ticket, it's kind of a big PDF document that is for students, okay? And typically you would print it off and have it for students at school, or the school could buy the actual books. But we only have this right now, okay? And this includes information for the student for that mission, okay? Their weekly goal tracker, okay? You have their workbook checklist, okay? And getting down here is the Zearn student notes part, okay? So when they're doing independent work, some of the digital lessons might ask them to, jot down something in your note or do page 1 in your student notebook, okay? So this is the document they should have. My suggestion would be to download this PDF and send it to your parents in an email at the beginning of every mission, okay, so that students can have it. We're going to work to see if there's a way that you can upload this to Toddle and have students work directly on it through Toddle. But because time is of the essence, my suggestion would be just to send this to parents so that they can download and they can print the pages that they need whenever they're working on the lessons on their tablets or on their computers, okay, during independent time, right? But this is the mission student notes, okay? So that's really pretty much all you need for instruction, okay, is to make sure that you have access to these curriculum documents for your teacher-led instruction and that you provide students with the notes that they need for their independent digital lessons, okay? If you scroll down, you can get some PD on this specific mission, okay, if you do have that time, by just clicking here, okay? The school has paid for the personalized PD portion of this platform. You can also take a look at the digital lessons that students will be completing, okay? As you can see, there are 39 of them. These are the lessons that when students log into their Zearn app, using the codes that you provided them, these lessons will appear in these orders, okay, in this order, sorry. So if you want to take a look at the lessons yourself, you can just go down here and click, all right? The first lesson is on number bonds, and there's always a 2-part fluency section, okay? Then you have guided practice, independent practice, and a bonus. And if you click them, it'll take you to a screen where it will explain more into detail what that activity is, and then you can even try out the activity yourself by clicking on the link here. Okay, it'll pop up a window, and then you can see what the kids see. And I think this is a really good and important thing to do before students are assigned independent time to work, just so that you can answer their questions a little more easily. Okay, if they click up here,
make 10.
They can hear exactly what the instructions are. Okay, make 10. Let's move 2 over here. Now we have a whole 10. Obviously, during your whole group fluency time, or you'll introduce these concepts, introduce these skills to students. So it should be, they should be able to do it independently. Okay, but you might have some students just for language barrier reasons, they might need a little bit more support. So they might have some questions, and it's just important that you play around with it yourself so that you're able to provide them with that help. Okay, to here. All right, so returning back to this page, that's pretty much it, okay, in terms of providing instruction for the students, okay? You have your teacher-led instruction portion here with all the documents you need, and then you have the notes for students, and then you can go ahead and play around with the independent lessons, all right?